Hey everybody, there's nothing as satisfying as playing up the neck of the guitar, especially if you've been feeling kind of stuck down in first position. I have an exercise for you here today where you can learn major chords all up and down the neck of the guitar, and thanks to John Fogerty, we can have some fun as we master the fretboard. Because John Fogerty of Creedence Clearwater Revival did the unthinkable. He wrote a song that stays on the same chord for 8 measures. That's 32 beats. It's actually 40 beats if you include the 2 measures before the verse starts. It's a D major chord, and the song, of course, is Proud Mary, and it goes like this. Left a job in the city, working for the man every night and day, but I never lost a minute of sleep, worried about the way things might have been. Now, we're going to play D chords for 32 beats, but we're going to go up the neck using 3 classic chord shapes, like this. Left a good job in the city, working for the man every night and day, but I never lost a minute of sleep, worried about the way things might have been. Okay? Now don't worry, before the end of this video, I will show you what happens next so you can finish the verse. So these shapes focus on the 3 skinny strings. The shapes are, first, the familiar D chord shape, okay? Now the second one is 5-7-7. Now that's referred to as the A formation, and I'll explain why in a second. To start off, index finger 5 on the first string, pinky 7 on the second string, ring 7 on the third string, 5-7-7. Now the reason that's called the A formation is, watch this, if I go backwards fret by fret to the point where my index finger essentially goes off the guitar, it leaves the guitar, I'm left with an open first string, 2 on the second string, and 2 on the third string. Why? It's practically an A major chord. See that? I'm going to put down my middle finger. I've got an A major chord right there. We usually don't use middle ring and pinky to play an A major chord, but sound-wise, it is an A major chord. So that's why this 5-7-7 is referred to as an A formation, even though at first glance it doesn't look like one, right? Okay, next chord formation is based on an F major chord. 10 and 10 with your index on the 2 treble strings, 11 third string middle finger, 12 fourth string with your ring finger. Now, for those of you who are not comfortable doing the F formation, I totally understand. You can just ignore the first skinny string completely and fret second string 10 index, third string 11 middle, fourth string 12 with your ring finger. Just make sure you don't strum the first skinny string on when we are strumming it, okay? And the final formation, you're back to what feels like a D major chord, but you're 12 frets higher than your original D chord. 14 with your middle finger on the first string, 15 on the second string with the ring finger, 14 on the third string with your index finger. 14, 15, 14, exactly 12 frets away from where we started, okay? 2, 3, 2, you could describe that as 2, 3, 2. 12 frets higher, we've moved up an octave to 14, 15, 14. Not all of you are going to be comfortable playing up high like that. Some of you, your guitars might not even allow you to play, that combination. If that's the case, by the way, instead of reaching up for that one, when I do, you could go back to the 5-7-7 and play that one instead. That would create a perfectly appropriate pattern. Okay, so by the way, tab for this whole lesson here is available at my website, song-bike.com. Now, here's how I'm strumming Proud Mary for this particular exercise. I'm doing a down-up on each chord shape, followed by a muted downstroke, where I let my edge of my palm touch the strings right before I scrape across, like this. I do it slowly. Okay, and notice I'm leaving a little buffer, a little gap, a little space, so I can get to the next chord, like this. Got a little space, right? Empty space. Now I'm doing that intentionally. It's not much, it's a millisecond, right? But I'm doing it intentionally to allow my left hand to get to the next chord. Nothing wrong with that. Nice little buffer, you know? Okay, so when John Fogerty finally changes chords after all that D stuff, he goes to an A major. Now, at that point, you and I will be pretty high up the neck, you know? But I never lost a minute of sleeping, worrying about the way things might have been. Okay, right on might have been. I'm way up high, right? So I'm going to choose an A chord that's pretty close. In fact, I'm going to keep my formation here, what I'm going to call the D formation because it is a D formation. I'm going to glide it back to 9, 10, 9 because that is an A chord. It feels like a D formation, feels like a D chord, but 9, 10, 9, that's my A chord. Okay, this is where he says, big wheel, keep on turning. Big wheel, keep on turning. 4 little down ups right there, just staying right there on the A chord. And the next chord, after that A major chord, a B minor chord. 7, 7, 7. Just take one finger. Trust me, it's easiest to do it with one finger clamping down. My thumb is right opposite my index, by the way, on the other side of the neck. And there's a B minor. This is right where it says, Proud Mary, keep on burning. Proud Mary, keep on burning. Okay? I'm just doing little 4 down ups. 4 nice little down ups. Okay, and there's my B minor chord. And then the whole thing returns to our D thing. I'm going to put the whole thing together for you. Okay, let's see what the whole thing sounds like. Not too fast. Beginning, 2, 3, 4. Left a good job in the city, working for the man every night and day. But I never lost a minute of sleeping, worrying about the way things might have been. Big wheel, keep on turning. Proud Mary, keep on burning. Rolling, rolling, rolling on the river. Okay? Now, in terms of that very cool riff that's about to happen, the riff that you hear in the intro of the song, I have a video on that riff and the entire way John Fogerty is truly playing that song. And I'll put a link to that video in the description of this video so you can learn you can learn that part too, you know. Also, in the description of this video, I'll put a link to a couple of videos I have on up the neck chords in general, okay? Such a satisfying thing, being able to play chords all up and down the neck. Okay, so those links will help you get more and more comfortable with playing your whole guitar. I always joke that, hey, man, you paid for the whole thing, right? You might as well use the whole thing. Okay, now, before we wrap up, I want to point something out that hopefully is obvious to some of you, but I want to make this very clear. Any one of these D chords up and down the neck can be moved to be something other than a D chord. I'm going to turn my D chords into E chords. E as in eggs. Okay, here's that 5, 7, 7. That's a D chord. Up 2 frets, it's an E chord. So this video goes way beyond just showing you how to play a bunch of D chords for Proud Mary, right? If that's D, 2 frets up is E. And I'm choosing E as an example because, as you know, an E major chord is a really popular chord. Now you know a new way of playing it. Not just one new way. You can take any D chord and move it up 2 frets, and that gets you an E major chord. Here's D, here's E. With one really important thing, everybody. You can only strum the strings you're touching, the 3, in this case, the 3 skinny strings. 10, 10, 11, 12, that's D. Well, 2 frets higher, a little awkward on the acoustic, but 2 frets higher, that's an E chord. And hey, let's not stop there. Let's take our D chords and turn them into C chords, C as in Charlie. Now, you know how popular C chords are. Well, guess what? Now you have a bunch of ways of playing a C chord. 5, 7, 7 is D. 2 frets backwards is a C. In fact, if a song happened to go from D to C, you could strum it that way. D, down to C. Totally valid way of playing a C chord. Just remember, you can only strum the ones that you're touching, the 3 treble strings, okay? All right, so that's where this is all heading. It goes way beyond just playing a bunch of D chords up and down the neck. You now have the means of playing major chords, major triads, if you like that word triad, playing major triads all up and down the neck, you know? And again, check out the video links in the description of this video for more information on up the neck chords. Don't forget, I do have a PDF for you that accompanies today's lesson. It's waiting for you at my website, song-bike.com. So head on over there and check out all the PDFs and videos you cannot find on YouTube. Please like this video and subscribe while you're here. Also, I have a YouTube live stream Saturdays 5 p.m. It's a guitar Q&A live stream. In fact, this video that you're watching right now was inspired by one of the questions I got during the live stream. If you can't make it on a Saturday, all the videos are recorded and time-stamped for your convenience. I have a playlist, my YouTube live stream guitar Q&A playlist. So head on over there. You can check out all the ones we've done so far. All right, everybody, thanks for watching. Don't forget to follow me on social media. That information is coming up on the last screen in a second. And I'll see you next time.